Hi, my name's Bruce Fernie. I was here at LCIS, the Life at Key School in those days, from 1976 to 1981. One of the things I always used to enjoy doing was trying to finish my work on time in the later grades, because when you were finished, if everybody else hadn't finished, you got to play with the Play-Doh underneath your desk. So I have memories of playing with Play-Doh under the desk. I remember we used to line up in Clifton Sims and Lightbourne at the end of the day before we went home. Still a fond memory. Of course, the campus has changed completely since the time that I was here. Most of the buildings that I went to school in were knocked down sometime maybe in the 90s, I don't remember. So here we are in front of the ELC building, which interestingly enough was one of the few buildings that was still here. At least it's the core part of it when I was here from 1976 to 1981. And the thing I remember about it, it was actually a home for the headmistress of the school. And I used to come here and have my piano lessons. Even though I left when I was 8 years old, I live in Life at Key, and so for decades now, I've been going back and forth in front of the school and marveled at the changes that I've seen over that time. The buildings that I started off with, they disappeared, and new buildings came up. Bigger, more beautiful looking buildings, the complete renovation of the ELC. So when I was here, this would have been just the back garden of the headmistress's house, so I don't really remember much about it. But in my time having had kids coming here since 2006, I have seen this area transform a little bit. This building here was actually constructed, I believe, since we started. I don't know if there was an old building here, but they expanded the ELC. The playground was completely renovated. The one thing that's always been central when I first started bringing kids, my own kids here, was always Miss Scavella. Miss Scavella is just fantastic. I'll always remember Miss Scavella and the way she would sing to the children and calm the children down. Just like so many of the teachers that we have here, just have wonderful skills with the kids and true assets to the school. The other building that's still here from my time was, until just a year ago, referred to as the high school building. That was built during my time here, and originally it was just an auditorium. Just a big, nice open space where we could have plays or performances. In Christmas time, I was actually the little drummer boy. My mother made a blue hat out of sheet paper, card paper or whatever, and I was there going ta-ta-tum-tum. Then whilst I was involved on the board of the school, I've seen the buildings change their use, some extra buildings be added on, the building of Dingman Hall, which is a wonderful space. But, of course, when we made Dingman Hall, it's a massive improvement to have a multi-purpose space for the school. I'm really happy with the way that this turned out. It's a really beautiful building. Haven't been able to use it as much as we'd like to with COVID, but now we're getting back to being able to use it a lot. And even though there's been massive change on this campus over the last 20 years or so, and certainly compared to when I was here, it pales in comparison to the enormous step forward that the school has made with the opening of the upper campus. That is such a beautiful location up there. I'm so proud and honored that I was able to play just a very small part in that whole process, being on the board of the school. It was wonderful to get to be there for the groundbreaking with former Prime Minister Minnis, holding one of those golden shovels and taking pictures and wearing hard hats. One of my daughters, she had a hard hat picture with me, so that was fun. And then to be there at the grand opening, also with former Prime Minister Minnis, that was a wonderful day. I almost wish I could be 15, 16 again to have the chance to learn there. It's not just the location. I've been through the upper campus, and it's high tech, it's cutting edge. It's beautiful inside. The facilities are so much better. And one of the things that will sadden me the most, actually, and this is a little bit selfish, I have to admit, during my time on the board as co-chair, I love the graduation ceremonies that happen every year. And in those graduation ceremonies, there's a section where the graduates all get a yellow rose and they walk out into the audience to find their parents, to give them the rose and to thank them for all the support their parents have given them throughout their educational career. And I'm just sad that I'm never going to get my yellow rose in that beautiful ceremony. We would have been so happy for our kids to stay at Lyford all the way through to grade 12. I hope that more and more people will get to experience that wonderful ceremony, the graduation ceremony at LCIS. It really is a proper option to stay here. You can keep your kids here at LCIS and they can still go on to some fantastic universities, and you can have that, that family time together full time, 24/7 until they're 18 and go away to college. I do remember being really quite happy on this day. I had all 4 of my kids were at Lyford at the time, and we were all together, and we had the shovel, and I've got lots of pictures, and it's a really wonderful memory to have that day when we were planting the tree. And it's a lovely, just an idea, just to plant a tree for your family.